and every night. It's vanity, me, it's my sanity. I could never survive. Something ask me, what are you gonna be? Why don't you go get a job? All that I can say, I won't give up my music. Not me, no way, no how. Lost in music, caught in a trap, caught up in our music. No turning back. We're lost in music. We're lost in music. Don't take away our music. We're so alive. Feel I quit my 9 to 5. Yeah. Lost in music. We're lost in music. Melody is good to me. Caught in the trap. I'm caught up in it. No turning back. No. We're lost in music. We're lost in music. All alive. I quit my 9 to 5. We're lost in music. Lost in music. We're lost in music. Caught in the trap. No turning back. We're lost in music. We're lost in music. Feel so alive. I quit my 9 to 5. We're lost in music. He's the greatest dancer that I've ever seen. He's the greatest dancer. One night in a disco on the outskirts of Frisco, I was cruising with my favorite gang. The place was soaring, filled with out-of-towners touring. I knew that it wasn't my thing. I really wasn't caring, but I felt my eyes staring at a guy who stuck out in the crowd. He had the kind of body that would shame Adonis, and a face that would make him red hot. Oh, what wow! He's the greatest dancer. Oh, what wow! That I've ever seen. Oh, what wow! He's the greatest dancer. Oh, what wow! The champion of dance, his moves were in a trance, and he never versed the disco alone. Arrogance but not conceit, as
see what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about. Monday Baby, chasing the Monday Babies out of here. Good afternoon, everyone. 4:45 p.m. Set your watches and your clocks. This is a show inside the zone. It's a Monday drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Right here on Kids Radio 101.5 FM. For those of you who are around and you are not able to sit for or you're just busy and you want to catch the show on the run, you dial 712-432-6858. That's 712-432-6858. The numbers to the studio, 4600-4228. That's our Skyline. And of course, to catch me on air, 914-202-4934. That's 914-202-4934. And I want to say hi to everyone who is tuned in this afternoon. I gather the call of the week is Sister Rose. Hello, Sister Rose. How are you? Hey, everybody. It's now time for what I call keep you in the know with news, happening, and facts. As I was saying, DL sent me a note a while ago because he was saying I left in the 2 weeks. All hell broke loose here in the United States, I tell you. A lot of things have been happening, but great is his faithfulness. We are still here and weathering the storm, are we not? 5:46 p.m. Once again, if you can give me a call, 914-600-4228. You have the options to do so. 914-202-4934. That's 914-600-4228, 914-202-4934. It's now time for keeping you in the know. Are you ready to talk some news? Hear some news if you don't have a chance to talk, but I welcome the interaction for you to give me your views, to air your views, so we can hear what your thoughts are on the headlines that I'll be presenting to you this afternoon. This is how we do it here on the show called The Monday Drive.
Yeah, I'm up at Brooklyn. I'm down Tribeca, right next to De Niro, but I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra, and since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. They love me everywhere. I'm in Harlem, all of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Brought me back to that McDonald's, took it to my stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons whipping pastry. Cruising down 8th Street, off-white Lexus. Driving so slow, but BK's from Texas. Me, I'm up at Bed-Stuy, home of that boy. Now I live on Billboard, and I brought my boys with me. Say what up to Tata, still my tie. Sitting courtside next to Nets, give me high fives. Nigga, I be spiked out, I can trip a referee. Attitude that I'm most definitely from.
Yeah, bringing news to you out of New York. Welcome to the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you live and reside. Right here in New York. How are you, everyone? Welcome to the segment keeping you in the know. We start off this afternoon. Lisa fires back. Young comrade slaps AJ for false accusations. Says his actions demonstrate need for renewal in the PNP. Lisa Hanna yesterday accused senior People's National Party official AJ Nicholson of making false accusations against her and said his actions demonstrated why there was urgent need for renewal in the opposition party. Hanna, the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's of Easton, was responding to Nicholson's letter to the Jamaica Observer, which was published yesterday. He argued that her bid for a vice presidential post in the party was rejected by delegates because the PNP cannot reward or evaluate failure. That's a low blow, isn't it? Nicholson wrote, the delegates say that if you want to be elevated within the PNP, solid expression of sound political work over time constitutes the core of the subject matter on which the examination is set. You ought not seek to persuade me, a delegate, to reward proven failure in that field. He said that during the campaign for the February 2016 general Hannah, who was the regional chairperson for St. Anne and Trelawney, turned steadfastly away from St. Anne's Southwestern, the traditionally strong constituency, which was held by the PNP's Keith Walford, and chose to campaign at length in Trelawney Southern, which was held by the Jamaica Labour Party. The outcome: Southwest St. Anne losing by a mere 200 plus votes, and the PNP's losing margin in South Trelawney, the worst since the constituency came into being, he claimed. Now, I could go on and on and on. However, I saw a posting made by a gentleman this morning, yesterday, as a matter of fact, and he was saying that it is rumored that Lisa Hanna is considering flipping the coin, going back to where she belongs. Because, of course, most of you know she was part of the Jamaica Party and she had switched to the PNP. I believe that there are so many. We've had this discussion before and we've aired our views on it. And if you want to share your comments, let me know. Because the voting, from my recollection, where the Jamaica Labour Party is concerned, they do not have any voting from delegates appointing people. They just discuss and they select. If I'm wrong, back me up, but I'm almost, a little sure that's how it is. Within the PNP, here you have the delegates who cast their votes, and it is consistently a core group of people who make the decision, choose who should be president of the party, among other areas, to conduct its functionality, right? Now, Lisa Hanna, we know she's bright. We know we refer to her as young because certainly she's younger than most of the people who are in the People's National Party, and who, if you ask me, refuse to leave until they all die off. Okay, now this is my view. If he's having a problem with her, then, as a young, upcoming political stalwart, for want of a better word, in the party, then I believe, he should caution his statements and not be so brutish and blunt rather, about it. Now, I don't know if she intends to go back to the Jamaica Labour Party. I really don't know. But right now, as the PNP is operating, they are in a really shoddy street. They are not doing well. They are having too many issues between themselves, and the more it unfolds, it's the uglier it gets. So now, he is thinking that she really isn't qualified, like the core delegates themselves, more so to think that she could really step up to the plate for the position of president of the People's National Party. And as we know, Portia Simpson refuses to leave. Someone recently said to me that she really is not, and no matter how I was there trying to, pull out Portia's credentials and all that, they were adamant that she is not, never was, presidential material, and she needs to go. Your views? Let me know. You can call me 914-600-4228, 914-202-4934. And in addition, these are some of the reasons why young people who are capable of joining the People's National Party, wanting to, implement new measures and to see the party grow, will not join it because of all kinds of squabblings between. Your views, let me know once again, 914-600-4228, 914-202-4953. It's an ongoing saga right there between Lisa Hanna and Jay Nicholson. And Mr. Nicholson, with all due respect to him, brilliant man, but he can be quite insulting and harsh. Now, Robinson, now PNP General Secretary designate. Let me bring you up to speed with this one. Julia Robinson is to become the General Secretary of the People's Party, the PNP, when Paul Burke leaves the post at the next meeting of the National Executive Council, the NEC, on November 27. Burke, the man blamed for much of the PNP's woes over the past several months, handed in his resignation at yesterday's NEC meeting in Mapen, Clarendon, the first since the party's annual conference held September 17 through 18. All right. Robert Pittsgill, who is now going into his 25th year as party chairman, having been re-elected yesterday, told journalists after the meeting, and I quote, "It came as a surprise," he said, "it publicly and in the party, and he kept his word, and the opportunity was taken to appoint Comrade Julian Robinson as General Secretary designate." Robinson, who is the Member of Parliament for St Andrews Southeastern, entered representational politics in the local government elections of 2007, running in the Trafalgar division. He lost to the contest but returned to take the constituency in the 2020 general election and retained it in the February 2016 poll, which the PNP lost by one seat. Even to this day, we're saying one seat. A lot of us just can't believe it. The outgoing General Secretary said whatever happens over the next 2 months, there is no turning back for him. He said, "I would want to put it as resigned," he said. "I made a decision long ago that I would have demitted office. When I made that decision, I thought the PNP would have won the election, and I would have thought that the local government elections would have been held by now. I have delayed that resignation date to be, I expect, the local government elections within the next 2 months, but whether or not the local government elections are held, the date of the 27th of November is the fixed date for my departure from the position of General Secretary." So, Mr. Paul Burke is out, and Julian Robinson is now the Secretary designate. I saw Mr. Robinson alive in the Bronx about maybe 2-3 years ago. Pretty laid-back man, he knows his stuff, but those people who are just so passive, I picked up he had that kind of personality, but he gets the job done. Now, Coast Guard post for Montego Bay. Prime Minister Andrew Holness yesterday said that the government will establish a Coast Guard post in Montego Bay to stem the flow of illegal firearms coming into the country. The measure, he said, formed part of the state's response to the bloodletting that has been gripping St. James in recent weeks. Last week, the police recorded 12 murders in the parish, which pushed the homicide total to 192 since the start of the year, an increase of 37, 155 reported over the corresponding period last year. Now, can I say that when you read the news out of Jamaica, you say to yourself, "Oh boy, Kingston, nothing seemed to be happening in Kingston," because Montego Bay is just the murders are just on the rise. I saw a journalist out of Jamaica made a posting on her page because she had gone into the town square and her sister was with her, and right away they had to run for cover because gunshots were just firing left, right, and center. There's some wounded, all of that. I don't know if it was fatal. And her sister was so shaken up. Now we know Montego Bay is a booming tourist resort area and attraction too. And we don't want to know that at some point people are just going to be so concerned that they come on to obey, which is going to affect us very badly because we rely on something, whether it's American nationals or people from other parts of the world or Jamaicans who are returning home and wish to go to the resorts, etc. Montego Bay, it's really, really bad. And, I'm really hoping that this post that they're setting up will put a plug, because they're of the view that the illegal firearms are coming in, and they have to find a way to break this cycle. Have to find a way to break this cycle. I really don't know if it will work. I hope it will, but these things go, right? It's touch and go, because no matter what, once a headline is made public and the law-abiding citizens see it, they are mostly like I am, and perhaps you are hearing this, that okay, something is going to be done. But then you have the people who are committing the crimes and saying, oh really? Well, we have plan B. We don't know where plan B is, but they always have a plan A, B, C, D, even up to Z. Something has to be done about what's going on in Jamaica. It just can't continue like that, and I am never going to join a bandwagon with anybody else to say, because there are people who say it, that they don't wish to be called Jamaican, especially if they're in the presence of other people who are saying that, they don't like the way we speak, they don't like the way we dress, they don't like the way this, and, it's all negative things. I wish we would just stand up and say, well, I love my country because of its positive image, and we name the positive things that we know. Or else we're going to help to bring our nation down. Our Prime Minister was here for a town hall meeting on the 22nd. That was last Thursday. I watched live, courtesy of a friend of mine who had posted it out, and I saw the link. An audio station was carrying it live, and it was, he made his presentation. He mentioned about Book Island. There seemed to be some interest by another race in Goat Island, and asked him, some pointed questions. Questions, of course, that's he could answer, but he has appointed people in certain capacities in their ministerial positions to carry out these areas. So he really didn't want to cross over. That was my taking on it. But he answered quite a few of the questions, and I believe the forum, they were really impressed with him and how responsive he was. And the nation at large, I don't think, is having any serious concerns about Andrew Holness being Prime Minister at this point in time. Their mandate is to really clean up the crime and to get the economic structure functional. I don't know if we can recover right away, because we are still importing things in Jamaica that, if you ask me, can be done right there in Jamaica. You have thoughts? You can call me 914-600-4228, 914-202-4934. 4 minutes after the hour of the clock. The show at 7 o'clock. I also am aware there's an interview held with Itana, or reggae singer Itana, and and what's his name again? Andrew Miller, I think his name is. Yeah. Anthony Miller, rather. And it has created one uproar. I am going to play the clip as well. For those of you who did not hear the clip, I looked at that clip that they have, And we know how editing work is done. You cut out piece here, you fit it here, you do all kinds of things with it so that the bites can be, you know, gripping. You want to hold on to the first you see, not necessarily what you hear. And it has caused Etana to come out and be defending what she said from what she didn't say. And I haven't heard any response from Anthony Miller of ER to date. People are, you know, taken aback because she alluded to the fact that she will vote Donald Trump and a lot of things. So I am going to play that clip. But before I do, I just want to wrap up my news feature this evening, keeping you in the know right here on the show called The Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, every side. With pleasure. Yes, give me the script. They're, you know, they're asking me for requests in here, and they're not paying me. They're paying me with love. Okay. All right. Here's a very unpleasant news coming out of New York. A beauty in Houston died after 5-story plunge from Hell's Kitchen rooftop. She's 27-year-old, and she plummeted 5 stories to her death from the ledge of a Hell's Kitchen roof on Sunday. Her name is Elena Gladkey, an independent senior beauty consultant with Mary Kay, and she was sitting on the rooftop ledge of a building near 37th Street and 6th Avenue when she slipped and fell 5 stories with buildings at 8:35 a.m. That happened yesterday. Gladkey was pronounced dead at hospital. Authorities say she may have been intoxicated at the time of her fall. A spokesperson for Mary Kay said Gladkey had been part of the company's independent sales since March. The Mary Kay family is mourning her death. The spokesperson said, "Our thoughts and prayers are with her family." Isn't that unfortunate? You know, people will tell you they like to take a drink, or some of them say, you know, people will say that they really don't drink. If they're in a social gathering, they'll drink. But the more you socialize, the, the more you socialize, the more you socialize, is the more. Sorry for the disruption. The more you socialize, you know, it's the more addictive certain substances can become. And, you know, I'm sorry to hear about this young woman. She's only 27, 5-story fall and intoxicated, which means she never regained consciousness, so she didn't even know what happened to her. That's so sad. Anybody hear about this Bronx charter school teacher accused of robbing a student who pocketed his weed money, allegedly threatened teen's mom with rape every day after work? You know, some people, you just wonder if they start crazy. Now, his name is Kevin Pope. He's a charter school instructor, and he was outraged when this student robbed him of $4,000. Well, you know, the money I can understand. That aside, though, of $4,000 in money. He beat the teen senseless and threatened to have his mother raped. Out of order. He says, "You better get my money." And he's saying all of that, you know, and battering the child. He's 48, and he repeatedly punched the boy in the face, knocking him backward into the glass window of a local business before the teen collapsed on the sidewalk. That's just evil. And the says he's asking him if he wanted to die, angered because the child robbed him of $4,000 in drug money. Now, that is just bad. The victim needed 3 staples to close several deep wounds on the back of his head. He's so lucky he didn't die after the beating near the John V. Lindsay Wildcat Academy in Hunts Point. The instructor was captured on surveillance video. Well, you know, we tend to forget sometimes. I keep saying it. We forget that we do have cameras all over the place. You perhaps don't see them, but they are there. Now, he was released without bail. No, Pope was released without bail Saturday after a Bronx hearing where his lawyer bizarrely claimed that the student had simply stolen the science teacher's briefcase, which was filled with $5,000 in cash. Bronx, oh well, he could have killed the child. Now, the steal is wrong. It's not your money. So, you know, you don't touch people's things. But a grown man at 48 almost killing the child, that's too much. Too much. Now, police search for Bronx alleged grocery store robber. They've been in grocery stores a lot. If you notice, they've been punching people, slapping people senseless. What else are they going to be doing? Now, this is out of Sound View, Bronx. The police are searching for a man who allegedly robbed a Bronx grocery store. The suspect entered the Neymar Candy grocery store located at 5 Vice Avenue in Soundview section of the borough around 2:30 p.m. Police say that the suspect allegedly pointed a gun at the clerk and demanded cash. Employee complied and gave the suspect approximately $170. No injuries were reported, so they're still looking for these people. I tell you. Now, we search for men who violated a man at Columbus Circle subway station. Did you all see that on camera? I saw the clip, and it was hard for me to do that this morning. I tell you, because they were just kicking him and kicking him. Now, they're looking for two men who they say beat and robbed a commuter at an early morning attack at the Columbus Circle subway station. The 25-year-old victim was on A-line platform at the 59th Street Columbus Circle station at 5 a.m. Sunday when he was knocked to the ground by two suspects. You know, when you're at 2 a.m. in the morning, it's likely that people are going to be out of control. They're out of control in broad daylight. And if you're in the subway after a certain time, I don't think people should be there alone. I mean, if you're not homeless, and it's wise to, you know, go out in groups. You might not be able to do it all the time, but at least, you know, because now they kicked him. I mean, he was knocked to the ground by two suspects. The robbers then punched and kicked him while he was on the floor of the station. One of the robbers was wearing brass knuckles during the attack. The robbers got away. After kicking him, only $350 in cash they got. And other property, which I'm sure is nothing significant. They couldn't even mention what they were. The victim was lacerations to his face and was treated at an area hospital. And they have given the Crime Stoppers 1-800-577-TIPS number. I mean, you know, we just going on and on at each other's so much. You wonder if your people, there's some people who tell you that they want to leave their houses. They don't want to watch the news. But you know, we have to watch the news so we are constantly kept abreast of what's taking place in the world. But I agree with you. The news is just hard to look at sometimes. And for us to try and source news for you and to present it, that's also difficult to do. If you'd like to call 914-600-4228, 914-202-4934. It's 14 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, and I invite everybody to just, you know, take some time to process and give me a call. Is there a headline that you have an interest in? You call me. Once again, 90600-4228, 914-202-4934. This is Lincoln KG 101.5 FM. I'm your host, Lady. The show is Inside the Zone. Today's the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. To 7 p.m. on Monday. Got music for you, but before that, you know what? I was about to go into music. But for the benefit of those who were not aware of this interview with Tana, I'm going to share it with you. And you can tell me your thoughts on it, because I watched it. It looked botched up. You know, it looked botched up to me, truthfully. But let's hear what it's not what 7 minutes and 5 seconds long, so it shouldn't be too long. 6:15 p.m. Set your watches at o'clock.
Ray Williams. Ray likes to speak her mind. Eve means she's voting for Donald Trump. Etana tells us why.
I'm a natural woman, made of perfection, mind perfect and gay. I'm a natural woman.
Gave birth to a daughter a few months back, trying to drop some pounds, whilst recording a new album and shooting 2 music videos. Etana body conscious, but laughing is too and talk.
Most of the time when I hear from men about the look and feel of maybe augmentation or rhinoplasty or butt transplant, them say it's tough. Them say it's not as soft as the natural woman's nice own body. Them say it's tough and it's hard, so it only look good, but when you touch it, it's tough. So girls, let me tell you, the best thing for yourself is the gym. Tone up your bottom if you want a high bottom. If you don't ban with one, you just ban one. People must learn to love you just the way you are. And believe me, you ever hear granny say every O have a stick of bush?
Yannick, just say you're bad man.
No, but I love Miss Kitty and I love Yannick, and I think Yannick is, you know, as everybody know, very shapely.
You love them, but you just think you're fake.
I think they're fake. Well, maybe certain parts may be fake, I'm saying, but the personality of the person isn't, and that is what matters to me most. Who the person is inside more than how them look.
I'm a natural woman, fresh, organic, no additions, baby, a natural woman.
Can't help thinking Etana's fighting a losing battle on that score, but championing Trump, that's sure to infuriate US election watchers here.
Yes, I am a Trump supporter, and I know a lot of people will probably be like, but Trump prejudice. He's not prejudiced. If you look into what this, for me, anyways, even in a conversation like people bank, to the point, cut and dry, black and white. It is what it is. Say what it is. Don't beat around bush. You don't like a certain thing, you don't like it. That's it. End of story. And the reason I'm a Trump supporter is because he's all of that and more.
But he says Mexicans are rapists and...
No, he's referring to those that are.
And drug dealers.
He's referring to those that are, and there are quite a
number. He made a blanket statement.
No, but there are quite a number of maybe Mexicans, Spanish people, black people, all kind of different races, right? Who are in the country illegally, who are doing things that they are not supposed to do. And he's just saying, hey, look, we cannot afford ourselves here in America. Why are we electing all of these people and then we sit down and fret if them are going to bomb with tomorrow?
Those people want a slice of the American pie.
No, all right. Okay, I'm not prejudiced in any way, right? Let's just get that out the way. I'm not prejudiced in any way. I'm for the whole, nations coming together to build a bigger, better nation. However, think about it. You're in your house and you have to take a flight tomorrow, right? And you're looking around and don't tell me that you don't do this, because if you're in America, anywhere, flying to anywhere, you're gonna look around everybody. If anybody will fit the stereotype of a terrorist, and you're going to fret or you're going to not taking a flight.
So we should racially profile people.
No, and then why must we live that way then and allow all these people to come in the country when you don't know? Because these people come into the country in America, right? They get jobs, they go to school, they raise families, they do all kind of things, and then all of a sudden one day, them just strike.
I got all night.
Etana seeing no conflict between singing about roots and culture and voting for Donald Trump.
My music has nothing to do with what I believe in. Like, okay, because I believe in a certain way of life, or because I believe in, or because I think that I should be a Trump supporter, has nothing to do with what I sing about or write about. My music is for the world and for the people, but this is just a personal thought.
But people might resent the fact that you're going to vote for Donald Trump.
But why not? All right, they say he's prejudiced. I want to know, since election that he decided to marry, what is she, his wife, a Mexican, and she can't speak English
I think
properly?
I don't think she's Mexican. I think she's Eastern European.
But she's still not white all the way, don't it? And she can't even speak English properly. Anyway, she's still American.
No, she's a white woman, but she's from Eastern Europe.
But she's still not American. She's still not, you know what I mean? Like, she still can't speak English.
But ethnically going to have no problem
How
with
many
her because she's
people,
white.
all right, how many black people work for Donald Trump then? A lot of people. How many Mexicans that he talk about that are rapists and all of these things work for Donald Trump? A lot of them. How many Spanish people work for Donald Trump? A lot of them.
And nothing is going to change your mind. You're going to vote Trump.
Yes, he's not. I don't think he's prejudiced at all.
Etana equally frank about why she doesn't live here despite loving the place and the people.
If you dial 911, Anthony, it's who have the most money can get an ambulance, right? If a child is raped or abused, they put up the abuser, they put up the child and hide the abuser and the rapist. So when them come out of jail, you don't know who they are or where them live. Like when you're in America, them post, the minute them release, them post whatever and all of these things. So you might be living next to a rapist that raped a child 5 months ago and you don't know. Right? And that is Jamaica for. The unemployment rate is high. The minimum wage is also extremely low. I mean, low to the point where, Anthony, you spend $5,000 for 1 month. Right? I mean, in a day. $5,000, and it still not cover all your expenses for the day. And people are expecting that low-income people must be able to survive of $5,000 for a week. It is impossible.
So Portia and Andrew can talk, but they haven't created an environment where people can live productive lives.
To date, nobody has done that to date. And I don't think, in no country, I believe that the system was made for poor people, right? But in some cases, in America, you can still live, still benefits and stuff like that. The benefits out there, yeah, you do get child support, but it's so low that I'm not sure it can even buy a can of feeding for feed a baby. So, you know, what kind of system? Just terrible.
That's Etana not holding back.
Got me from the smile, it's seal of the kiss. I know me, I wonder if it.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So that was the interview with Etana and Anthony Miller in Jamaica of ER, the Entertainment Report. Now, here is her response, and then we can talk a bit about it. Here we go.
I did ER a couple of days ago in Jamaica. I did not tell Anthony Miller that I live in America or I moved to America or I prefer to live in America. I said I would not live, I don't want to live in Jamaica for the rest of my life because at the end of the day I cannot pick up the phone and dial 911 or 119 and an ambulance come and get me, and I mentioned things about the economic being as low as it is for I mentioned the unemployment rate is high, and I mentioned that the minimum wage was too low. I said $5,000 in Jamaica for a day for me is not enough to cover all my expenses. I did not at any time say that I prefer to live in Jamaica or that I prefer to America or that I move to America. I did not say that. And if I actually answer right now, I would have said, Anthony, I did not say I moved to Jamaica, to America, or that it is any worse than anywhere else in the world. I was specifically talking about the issues in Jamaica, right? a lot of people shy away from as artists. They prefer to just stick to their music and stick to what they're doing, which is what I should have done instead of talk about things that it look like when you talk about poor people or issues for poor people, people try to not understand and try for I don't know, flip it or put it a different way. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You cannot pick up the phone and dial 119. There is no ambulance, right? And if they are for private hospitals, right? So I don't know. I don't know why. And then Heavy D would have called and say, yo, the whole Jamaica look for you, but you say you're done with Jamaica. How the hell can I be done with Jamaica? I live at Jamaica now. How could I be done with Jamaica? I don't understand. And why am I not supposed to talk about the issues in Jamaica? I wouldn't live there for the rest of my life. Guess what? If I had said to Anthony Miller, oh, the system is bad, regular things, guess what? You know what? People would have said, yeah, mama, hear that already, and it would have just fly over and done, right? But now the conversation starts, and the only thing that people hear me saying is whatever he did. Did not play the full story. Anthony himself can go and tell you exactly what I said. I did not say that I prefer to live in America. I didn't say that. Yeah, you're right about that, Carlita. You can't please everybody. But I'm saying at the end of the day, it was kind of... The purpose of the media is to get attention for them thing, Like, that's why sometimes it's better not for the interviews and not for, talk and just do the music. Because at the end of the day, sometimes when you talk to some of these people, they flip it around and give you a bad look. You understand? And so, let me clarify again. I did not in any way say that, oh, I prefer to live in America. First of all, them I kill black people every day flying. I see one woman on Facebook paint herself white and she not left no nigga for nobody. See? They're killing black people every day in America. Kill all of the black men and them shoot them every day for nothing.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday.
Lady, good evening. How are you?
Pepper Seed, Pepper Light.
Yes, it's been a while.
Been a while. What's up?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to hear this clip you played now because I've been talk from this morning about it, but I didn't get to hear it.
Mm-hmm. So
now, I'm a fan of hers. I love her music.
Mm-hmm.
And look at free speech and the fact that everyone is supposed to be able to speak their mind, right?
Right.
You can't say that because a person don't like it, they're not supposed to express it or tell anybody else how they feel.
I agree.
So now that I hear her, how she feels, mm-hmm. She of course is not the only. Let's forget the whole Jamaican thing her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the fact that she's Jamaican and she's endorsing Trump and she's speaking the way it is. But her choice,
mm-hmm.
You understand, like other black folks that are in this country and elsewhere who they're probably not going to vote for Trump, but they agree with things he's saying and so forth.
Yes.
So I can't put any fault on her for anything she said, especially the fact that when she's in her about the condition in Jamaica. You know what it is? A lot of Jamaicans were forced to travel back and forth, whether in Canada or America, and go back home and enjoy the luxury with their cash money or whatever valuables they have. They will always paint a good picture because they have the luxury of both life. But those that are living in Jamaica have to go through the struggle. You understand? I'd rather for those people to speak. You understand? Because the simple minimum wage that they speak of, they can't do nothing.
No.
Understand? So she's right about that. And also the condition. Yes, we can't compare America to Jamaica, right? But let's look at the old folks here that would want to go back home and those that are in Jamaica. I mean, it's a fingertip. You want an ambulance, you pick up the phone here, you call 123 here, and a matter of fact, you get the one, you get the police, you get the ambulance,
right, and
the
the fire.
Fire truck, just like that. That's convenience and luxury and all of that. And again, like I say, you can't compare Jamaica to America, but depending on the lifestyle that you want to live, you can't, as we say, you can't have your cake and eat too.
That's right.
Jamaica cannot be just look look at as to say paradise, because when I like you go, everybody goes down here and live a luxury life where them can go up on the beach and can don't work. At the end of the day, you have to work. If you look at many of those who go down for a week or two vacation, it's all good till the bread don't get it before they come back. The tips start get empty, and immediately they start to think we need to come back because they have to come back to work.
Of course.
I made that money so they can go back. You ask a lot of Jamaicans of how proud they are, and a lot of them seems to be just proud to be born Jamaican, but anything else, a lot of other things in Jamaica that is concerning to them, I'm sure they would do back. You understand? So many of us come here and say the opportunity is here to get the dollar, but before the dollar, you have to go many other things, and you have to work, and you have to pay your rent. There's a lot of responsibilities that you have to deal with here. So it's not just about the dollar, right?
Right.
And for those who want to paint the picture that, yes, we proudly because we're born Jamaicans, we're going to say, no better than yard. But how many of us who feel or think that way is going to have the opportunity to be in here and go back home and start fresh and make something out of nothing just like here?
Maybe 2 out of 10 or none.
You know, that's the one question you got to ask them. Since you feel or think what you do, give up your opportunity and go back home and see what you can make out of life versus here.
Now,
Yes,
and I welcome your comments, Pepperlight, because I heard of it, and I'm a person, I like to look at something and pay attention first if I jump all up here. And her also, I had to listen. Now,
yes,
you're right. I've heard people calling on this station as well as other stations to say, boy, me kind of lean towards Donald, you know. And then we are saying, really, why would you? Now, we live here. When we hear them speak that way, we're saying, so how is a black person? It is nothing about, say, you're from Jamaica or you're from Barbados. We just think color.
yes, exactly.
Right? And we're saying, how could you be saying that as opposed to wanting to support Hillary, who is Caucasian? But the novelty centered around the politics here is that she's a woman, she's female, and would be the first female president, right?
Right.
So I believe when I heard and watched it last night, when I looked at it, I said, you know, what was merely responding to questions from our own personal objective. It didn't really have nothing to do with anybody else. She was just simply sharing, which has now caused her to say, well, I don't think I'm going to be granting any more interviews because all you do is put it out there and make me look bad.
Exactly. I don't see where she said or did anything wrong. She expressed herself, and some people just don't like to hear the truth. You know, I think some Jamaicans, just because, as we said, born Jamaican, they're so proud that you mustn't say anything about certain person.
Yes.
Just leave, just make it happen.
I can hold an allegiance to a fault because you lose all objectivity.
Exactly. You understand? Now, I don't know if you remember in the past years when I was going against McCain, and he had what's her name, Sarah Palin.
Oh yes,
vice.
as his
Right.
vice.
I heard Sarah Palin made a statement that you know after Obama became president, his thing was about change. So you keep on hearing change. And she said that some, I don't know if she was referring to Obama with both him and McCain, but she said that some people use change to improve their career, and some people use their career to bring forth change. And this can be applied to certain people in Jamaica, right? In politics, they really don't make any difference, right? Year election time after election time, I think people just make it their routine that they go out there and vote, but there seems to be no no reason to why they're voting. They just follow and vote.
Right.
It's not like here where there's certain things put on the table and you choose why you want to vote for the person. You can't vote because you like. You can't vote because you like he or you like she. It's about the issue.
Well,
okay. Hillary speaks of is wanting to say to any person what you want to do, but when they say, okay, what are you going to do? Up to now, Donald Trump hasn't
has
done
not
that.
been able to tell. No.
They're both on the same page with Hillary and Trump is saying the same thing, that they both want to make this change and that change. So when we say no, how is he going? He has not yet explained it, but Hillary explained herself.
And you know something?
Yes, I do believe where Trump is concerned, I'm not a supporter of him, but you see, most people tend to think that he very well speaks his mind, and he speaks for many other white folks who feel the way that he's speaking, and that is true. You see, sometimes we have to respect a person who speaks their mind. They might hurt your feelings, but you have to respect a person who speaks their mind and tell the truth as it is and leave it right there. But dealing with a person who tells you the upper field that way, then you're in trouble.
Yes.
Which is the difference between Trump and Hillary. But it doesn't mean that Trump is going to do what he says he's going to do, because he's straight up.
And you know something I've observed during all his interviews that he has been having? I am yet to see an interview, whether it's a journalist or whoever it is, really pin him down to a response, a credible response. He's always managed to just weasel his way out. Using some kind of, flippant talk.
He loves to flip the script, and tonight is not the night for it.
Well, I'm looking forward to what this evening's moderator is going to do, because a lot of times, the questions, we sit and we watched and we say, I wish they had asked this question, or I wish they had asked that question, because sometimes they try to find the questions that will really bring out all these opponents,
I really wish, other than those folks that are going to be at the debate, to be able to ask questions, should have probably had a platform where you could probably call or put a question.
I do know that they respond to Twitter and to I think Facebook.
That's so?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
But you see, it can't just be done randomly. They might drop in, say, 3 out of 5 million.
Okay.
But
right.
They do.
So when are you going to touch on that this recent shoot for a black man?
Well, I intended to do that this evening, but then I jumped into this clip because I wasn't sure how many people heard us, and since she's such a fan of many, I just wanted to put this out there. But we can talk about it because we've been seeing it all over the globe, and now counting down on our finger to say, well, since the start of the year or the latter part of last year, how all this image is unfolding.
What I don't understand, when it comes to witness, they are from ever since that was I don't remember his name, but ever since the case of eyewitness, they claim to say that you can't really count an eyewitness because one just starts to get 2 or 3 different statements from different people who was actually at the scene. Then it's a problem, which I understand.
All right, let me just quickly acknowledge a caller. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to Lamont Drive.
Oh, hi there. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm there.
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right, can you just hold on a moment? Go ahead. Okay. Pepperline, just finish your comment.
Yes. They're basically saying you have 3 people at the scene that witnessed the shooting, and because all 3 different they were there, they can't use the document because it is misleading. So they have a police video and you have a phone video. Right? How hard is that investigation supposed to be when you have audio and visual? And now they're saying that you cannot too much rely on the video from the police because it can be misleading.
Isn't that the one we would think that would be most credible?
Exactly, because it's not like you can add anything you can take away from the video,
Oh yeah.
but you can add to it, and you can actually add audio to the video, but you can add
A clip, actual image clip.
Exactly.
Right.
And the guy on Facebook that actually slowed down the video and show you the details of exactly what happened. He got it right.
Oh,
And it's so insulting that they can shoot down the black man. He's up in his post of the dam, and he's on his stomach. And they have to put him in and handcuff him. So even if he wanted to make any move to try to
He
relieve
couldn't.
himself, they put his hands behind him and put them cuff him. And I've seen where they've done this to various men that they shoot.
yes. Yes. Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your comment?
No,
And I have to listen to you later today.
Thanks. Polite.
You're welcome.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
so now we have white female police killing black men.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody getting in on the action.
Mhm.
The action.
It's almost like when we had slavery.
Black men really on the siege.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
always say in the pecking order, it's white man, the white woman, the black man, the black woman, and the black man always last. The black man is always getting the dirty end of the stick.
Always.
And I know humiliating it must have been for the guy in Texas, not a black man, and in the right, and have a white woman
Yes.
dealing with him that way, and shooting and killing him alive. You know.
I don't
Then-
know. No, I won't interject. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying that the more these things unfold, the more demonstrations that are made. It's almost like law enforcers don't get it.
I don't get it. They're a different world. Trust me. I never.
That
The police, and mechanisms about here, America. This is where I've been seen and heard. You know, they operate, from my opinion, they are immune. I mean, they are lot of mass, and
superior.
yeah, that they are in control. And you know what it is? Is the power that has been handed to them.
Yes.
You know, and when you're in a position where you can tell a person that you're under arrest and handcuff you and tell you can tell don't, and they can do anything with you, and you're at their mercy. They're at their mercy because of the power that is invested in them. I don't understand when you have that power, you use it carefully because you already had it.
Right. There's no need
You
for
already
you
had it.
to enforce it in that way.
Right. You have to let me know you have it. I already know that. We use it judiciously and carefully. But it's the power that they have, and it's like I can't even find the correct adjective to describe, but like they are there to, as it were, keep the peasants, as it were, in line.
Yes.
That is good. And I need to understand that it is a citizenry who they are to serve and who pay them to serve them, to serve the citizenry. And they are not lord and master.
But you know
And
what?
so,
But you know what? Each time, there are no connection of these cases.
exactly, which again, why? Because they have a responsibility, and you have to go through hell before you even get one to become a responsibility. That is the nature of the police, the police business. And people must understand, like, if you in a most uniform careers, you are transformed.
Yes.
You think they only go to the police academy to learn law and policing. They go through transformation on the personality
Yeah.
to become
hard.
police and
Yes.
the different. They have to go through change. That's why some don't go make it, and some no, because you go
It's
through
the
a transformation
emotional yes.
where you are transformed from a you to a police. You see, and that is when they are when they hit road or when they get on duty, they police
mode.
More different thing you're getting. Soldiers go to war. Even when they get on training anymore,
Yes.
the training they have a certain type of machine, as it were. And they step up to the job, they do that training because they get into that zone. And they become soldiers, they become firemen, they become police. And so here you have it now, that it has moved from white policemen to white policewomen,
yes.
now to black policemen. So, in a very strange way, the black people progress. Because black people are in a position where you have a black city and a black police chief.
Oh, yes.
And black police in the police now, which was once occupied by whites and abusing blacks. Now blacks have made up. That blacks are now killing on black people. So what a very twisted way
Yes.
in terms of how things have evolved.
True.
And now, I'm sure Dr. Martin Luther King and all the other civil rights warriors who have gone on will be pleased to see how the progress that black folks have made, especially in the police.
Yes.
As much as there's more to go, especially in the South, where you have a black police chief and black officers, and of course you have to be officers for before you become chief. So that's progress into the police and what we know in the dark days. But in a very strange way, because of that progress, a black police is now turning his gun on his own black man.
And without even a second thought.
Correct. And join the ranks with the white policeman and woman who is doing his work.
Yes, yeah.
Quite an ironic progress. So, anyways, quickly onto the Etana debacle.
Yes.
My pal, of her things away, but I'm so sorry for her. What
It has really backfired.
For Etana. And, having a lot of fans came at Blade Sword because I've been monitoring the radio station and everybody has been calling in dissing her. I am yet to all that I've heard and all that I've heard, I'm yet to hear one person take side with her.
Yes.
And this is coming from a large fan pool. And she said she's not giving an interview. What she should say, she should not be giving an interview on political matters or matters that she's not sure about, because she has given an interview. I saw her in an interview on Saturday night. I know if it's special instruction not to go there, or the interviewer wasn't interested in that, he was just interested in her music, but spoke to her in full for half an hour. And not only that I listened, but I watched. I saw her online, and all I talked about was her music. So I don't know on a special instruction, just give an interview.
Right.
The DJ Roy picked up on the station and called her and talked to her, asked her to weigh in on and give her a side, and she was on with him speaking about it.
I think when she made that comment, it's it of the moment.
Yeah. But again, it shows,
it's their she's human.
She's human and nobody's perfect, but she's uninformed, and we made the assumption that because in the music and travel that you're informed. And a lot of people are there, maybe they're busy in their music and traveling.
Yes.
They're not into stuff.
And they don't have advisors, most of them.
And you see the importance of that.
There it is.
Of that, how, what not to step into
That's right. Yes, they need PR consultants who will handle that area.
Correct,
Managing their interviews, content and all that.
But obviously, again, all things that goes to she's so uninformed. And again, we all have our ear of we're not informed, but and then she's saying that what she believes music kind of hard because I think that these things I want to believe that being based on what she believes. So now when she says a contradiction, and therefore then makes me wonder if it's just singing for the hell of it and there's no real conviction behind the things in our music.
I personally believe that it threw her for a loop because she thought she had delivered well in her interview.
Oh, absolutely, you're correct. When she hear the backlash,
yes,
she like whoa,
she's like,
and
what is this?
and she was very contrite. DJ running, and she uninformed. She didn't know the issue.
Yes.
And she actually said that she's so sorry.
Because even she blundered with Donald Trump's wife. She referred to her as being Mexican. So
no, not white also.
Not white. So
you don't even know what is Donald Trump's wife.
And then he had to say, she's white, but from out of Europe. So, yeah.
It is,
this, I think, is an eye-opener for her and for others, I hope.
No, and you know what it's also done? It goes to show the disdain. Again, they also had a lot of it from since last I'm listening to, and people just really dissing her. And what I brought out is how, and I can only speak for our community, and not only the Caribbean community because the Jamaicans are calling in. This is Trump.
Yeah.
And it's because Donald Trump, why they go after her like that. I'm telling people that, she's being the brunt all because it is Donald Trump.
That's right.
If she had said, Bernie Sanders, I don't think she should have gotten so much back.
You got
yeah, but there's so much disdain for Donald Trump, I'm not really take it out on her. So how could you?
Yes.
So you align yourself with him and you're going to catch your heat. But...
And again, it's a matter of her opinion and her choice. It's the audience to whom the communication is being disseminated.
And then I said again, you're right. And because how the fan base that she have.
No, indeed.
The love. And for her, she got to align herself with Donald Trump is like...
aligning with the devil.
Correct. It's like she has Java's taken in her heart. It's like, oh really? That's a company you keep? And like I ever say, it speaks to how people feel about Donald Trump.
And see, she was passionate about the minimum wage and the people earning $5,000 and wondering how they manage. Nobody took that on.
I know.
To say that, Jamaica's economy is really in a bad way.
But it's fun making because it is such a lightning rod now from factor that it just cloud out everything else.
Yes.
And
so it's unfortunate.
That is a barometer to how people feel about it. But she got and what I was saying that somebody confirmed that she's actually a U.S. citizen.
Yes, but
she was born in Florida, but it's all her life in Jamaica.
But in essence, she did not allude to that. She didn't say anything about her being born or being
You're
citizen,
absolutely right, because
nor nothing
how I know
like that.
Is because again, I had called in front of a room and I said, how she going to vote for Donald Trump? And she, when she first I asked the question, when did she start in the U.S.? And nobody could answer. And how is she a U.S. citizen? And if so, how long has she been living here? Because she's all been known to be in Jamaica.
Right.
So if you recently. And nobody could have answered. I said, well, if she's not a citizen, then how is she going to vote dog? So somebody called in and said that she was born in Florida and went back to live in Jamaica. So the question is, obviously, she was born of Jamaican parents in Florida.
In Florida, right.
So again, it didn't make much even a leaper because obviously her parents have been immigrants.
Oh, Lordy.
So it gets deeper. And so obviously, she's born in Jamaica. I've been spending most of her time in Jamaica, and that she's from Jamaica traveling. So she would not have been informed about America, and hence why, obviously.
But
So,
you know,
but yet she voted for him.
But it's
Because they're
interesting.
citizens.
In her bio, you know, it doesn't state that she was born in the U.S. It speaks so she was raised up in Augustown, but she went to Broward Community College because she wanted to Broward. Yes, because she wanted to be a registered nurse. But it didn't. Her bio doesn't state that she was actually born here. I don't know if that's intentional.
Yeah, again, right, you know, for purposes, you know, in her best interest.
Right.
Was interesting, but all this can be handled very soon if because I don't open up herself even more than she had intended and have wanted to.
Indeed.
Because there are people who want to know certain things right now. But you know, I couldn't try as I don't know gentlemen
Indeed.
source of his information. The host of the show didn't question him as to how he knows that. So you know, but
Well,
it is something else.
I thank you so much as always for your input.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Had a great afternoon. It's now 4 minutes to the hour of 7 o'clock. The show ends at 7. And if you want to get your last bit in, you're going to have to call me now. 914-644-28, 914-202-4934. I also would like to, you know, just express my heartfelt sympathy to Dominic, who died so tragically, suddenly on the field during the Manning Cup competition recently. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. Not but I don't hear you have one smile all day, so I have to call and give you a smile.
Oh, Donald. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good. You. I was away for 2 weeks. You managed?
Yes. I'm managing without you, okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you too.
That's right. Don't give me no hard time, lady.
All right, no problem.
I just have to give you a laugh before you go home. That's
Yes,
all.
thank you. I appreciate it. Catch you
And you're lovely.
Thursday.
I hear it was all last Thursday, and I thought that was just a well, she's sick, poor thing.
Oh,
But it wasn't you.
no, you didn't. Did you hear my announcement that I was going to be off for my vacation?
No, I didn't.
Oh, so do yes, I had mentioned it. So you know that's.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear. I thought when I hear them, I said, oh, look like she go drink. But when I hear your voice today, I said, oh, look like she go drink a lot of onion and lemon. So
No.
she's okay.
My good. All right. Thank you.
You
Catch you
go.
Thursday.
Let me tell you what here. I'm saying something that laugh. So I couldn't even understand the man say,
Hold on,
the
Donald.
Jamaican
Hold on.
stuff.
Hold on. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Hello, Lady D.
Hey.
I can't disguise my voice, can I?
You know, it better you did go and disguise it because can I say I don't catch it yet?
Oh, that's okay. Let me continue disguise.
Okay. Yes, please.
Talking about Miss Etana,
Yes.
it seemed like the lady born in Jamaica,
Like she was born.
spent time in Miami.
Well, she traveled. They say she came up in 1992.
I don't know, but you know when you Google things, so I don't know if it's confirmed because sometimes them does get things wrong too.
No, indeed. Well, you know, yes, true. Go to Bing instead. People tend to forget about Bing and use up Google a lot. But you're doing all right.
I cannot get that, lady.
No, I'm saying doing okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening to the show. Wonderful programming as well.
Yes, thank you, dear. Thank you.
Let me say as usual.
That's fine. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, go. It's now 7 o'clock. I want to thank you for tuning in the noon, making my Monday so special. You've kept me company, and I really appreciate it. And this is Lynch Radio 101.5 FM, and we bring you the best in roots, rock, reggae, R&B, disco, gospel, calypso, and a host of all the selections aired right here on your budding and buzzing station. Thank you for tuning in, and reminding you, God willing, I'll be here Thursday. All over again with Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. The show is brought to you by Country Kitchen Pelham Manor. They're smack in the middle of the BJ Shopping Center. Give them a call, 914-63